Let's make Pikachu. I feel like this will be harder than Bulbasaur, but we'll see. I have made Pikachu clay before, so it won't be as hard, especially because I think like 3D modeling is easier than using clay. I've also needle felted Pikachu before. Needle felting will take like 5 hours for a small sculpture. I've been thinking like because I've been doing the Pokemon sculpts, I don't really need the drawing because we have reference, but I do like drawing first, so I know like which objects to use and I'm familiar with it because the sculpture does start with a drawing. Let me know if you prefer no more drawing or if you want me to skip the drawing. Let's start with, this is just a new object and this should be Pikachu's head. We can add another sphere for Pikachu's body. Make it slightly taller. Invalidate so we can shape it. Let's use the drag tool and drag this forward so it'll be more plump. We can add ears. Let's do up, shrink, up, shrink, and then like that. And we can mirror this, reset, and we can make it longer like that. And we can now validate. So this would be Pikachu's ear, slightly slanted. Let's put the ears. Oh, let's put the ears. I can't grab it. Okay. Let's put the ears slightly downwards like this. And okay. You want to drag the tips up. Make the radius smaller and then grab the tips. So it's a little pointy. And now we can do Pikachu's hand, which is also a sphere. Let's get this out and mirror it like this, and then pull it down, make it smaller, pull it forward, make it oblong shape, so longer like this, and pull it for tilt it forward like this. So drag it down. Now we want to rotate forward and drag it more down and pull it to the middle like its hands like this. And now we can validate so we can shape it. We can inflate the bottom part slightly, like even more slight, like this. And let's drag the hands to the body like this. So be more flat like that. Okay. Now we can add the feet. The feet will be, actually, let me rename these so it's not confusing because now we have a lot of objects. Hence, let's do the face, head, and then ears. Okay, now we can add the feet. Let's add also, let's do cylinder. Okay, we can drag this smaller, pull it down, and we can mirror because Pikachu has 2 feet. pull it down and slightly oblong to the lengthwise. You can pull this like this and pull it back. And I think we're safe to validate. You can smooth up. Okay, voxel. And then we can smooth it out. Actually, we want to make it thicker because when we voxel and smooth, it will not flatten out too much. So we want to use a drag tool and pull out Pikachu's toes. Let me remove the grid so you can see better. Oh, actually, let's smooth this out more. So, actually, if I'm looking at the real Pikachu drawing, its toes are not as detailed, so I think this should be fine to be like this. Can smooth out Pikachu's arms. Now we can maybe shape out the face. So let's do inflate in the cheeks. So we want to use like a slight intensity so we can slowly add it little bit by little bit. So like this. One more. And then we can do one more. Let's see what I mean with like just slightly. Like that. And then one more. Because Pikachu has big cheeks. No, I see one more, but that's actually a lot more. But just slowly add it in. Also, this is a little chunky Pikachu. This we can drag this more to the front. And then we can add Pikachu's eyes. So we can actually see better. And you want to mirror this because there's two eyes. No, wait. Where did it go? Okay. You want to and Pikachu's eyes here. Let's do like that. And with that, you can see how when it's 3D, this one we can pull to the back so the eyes show more like this. Like just slowly put it back. Let's just do more like that. And we can pull the lower part forward to make the radius smaller. This and pull it forward, pull it more forward, and we can smooth it out so we don't have to worry about these lines. Then just do inflate slowly again and again. So once you reach like a desired inflateness, you can press on voxel. Voxel makes the like more lines towards us because the wireframe is like this, and you can clearly see it's like expanded. So if you voxel out, those lines would be smaller. Do you see? Not actually, I'm not sure if it's visible on the screen, but we'll do another one next time. And just continue to smooth out. And voxel. Let's see. And we can add the nose. Pikachu's nose. Let's do tiny nose by the front. And we want to flatten the nose. Make it very tiny. Because Pikachu has very tiny nose. Attach. You can just validate so we can shape this. Let's do. I like using the drag tool so because it just shapes it better. And because Pikachu's nose is right there, we can inflate in that area because the snout is on that area. And we just want to slowly like shape it up. Pull this forward. Pull this forward. I do think with like sculpting and like copying something is a little hard if you don't have the right reference because it's like 3D and what appears to be like just a drawing makes it it's just your imagination and how it looks like. Like for example, you know the nose is pointier than where the eyes is. And then we can just do inflate and sub because the eyes should be more hollow. I think it's also like studying anatomy, which I do need to do. I know some basics, but like each creature is different. And then we just want to smooth this out. Do like I think my favorite tool from Nomad is drag tool. And because I come from a traditional sculpting, clay sculpting, my brain works as if I'm manipulating clay. I wonder if it's different with other sculptors. Oh, I've been using it wrong because I thought it was inflate, but it's actually sub. Okay, let's do this again. Keep on pressing. Mm, just smooth this body too. Also, it's been a little like it's been a year since I've done Nomad Sculpting, and Nomad Sculpting has been my first 3D program if you don't count Blender that I just used for maybe an hour. I do want to learn Blender or ZBrush. Well, I really want ZBrush, but it's expensive for me. So that's why I'm stuck with Nomad. But it's also I think it's also very nice because it feels like drawing. So it's relaxing and It's fun too. And we want to use the drag tool. Pull it forward. You can voxel the hands. Just smooth this out so there's no more pointy stuff. Just keep on smoothing out the object. And just voxel. I think it's getting close to what Pikachu looks like. So now we can maybe add Pikachu's tail. Let's rename this to nose first. Nose. And then feet. Okay, we can add the tail now. I think tube is better for the tail. So let's do division 4. And we can actually, I wonder if there's another tool that we can use for this. This works. Can add, actually, let me think. So 1 radius, 2 radius. What's the third one for this? I guess not. Anyway, let's add you can add the, okay, tail. I'm thinking there should be an easier way, but I'll just stick for this for now. As we are learning together. And hopefully with you guys watching this, you are learning with me. Like in my head, there should be an easier way because this is anyway. This Pikachu has a tail. Just put this in the middle. Let's fix his face. We can add the cheeks more. I think the cheeks should be bigger. Mm, like that. And then like a soft cheek. Like that. Oh, it looks like it's way too big, but we can always reduce the size by smoothing. Let's just smooth. Can voxel and then smooth again. And voxel for the ears. I think it might be a little too big, so shrink, then extend. Smaller, and we can pull this back too. And pull it a little more, and adjust it slowly like that. I think that looks, actually, I think it needs to be bigger. Okay. Can add Pikachu's mouth. I'm debating whether I just use the crease. Because the crease is fast, but then it's not as perfect. It's far from perfect, but unless I'm doing it wrong, you can let me know. Can voxel this and do like a slight, and add the lips or the snout. Just slowly add more volume here. Can voxel this to a higher resolution. We just want to add the volume. Then we can smooth it out. So, but before our smoothing, we want to voxel, and now we can smooth the rough edges. Oh, no. I smooth out the lips. Okay, let's make the smoothing tool smaller, since we only want to smooth the top part. And then slightly the lower part too. Then inflate more through the nose, like that. And smooth it out. And voxel, smooth. And voxel and smooth. Okay. And voxel. I want to pull the nose slightly. I think with slight adjustments, it will take us longer. But I also don't want like a non Pikachu. Like, I'm always very bothered with Pikachu not looking like Pikachu. So that's one other thing I need to worry about. At least it's a cute Pikachu. I can already see it's cute. Is we all like cute stuff. I'm doing the sub. Oh, okay. I want to inflate the bottom part because we want our Pikachu to have a belly. And then just voxel and smooth. We want our Pikachu to have slightly, like, these hands are way too long, so going to shorten the hands. Just shape it like so, like that. And you can see it's already on the cuter side of Pikachu. Let's smooth. I think the head is slightly bigger than I want it to be, but we can just do like inflate tool on the chest. Like just do slight adjustments. Like here, we can adjust it more. Like when you sculpt, you keep on rotating because it always looks okay on one side, but on another side it looks off, which makes it hard, but it is what it is. So just do slight adjustments and then voxel and smooth. I think we can connect the ears to the head. Let's see. I think it should be slightly more to the back and like this. I actually want to see it colored. So let's do all the coloring. And then just paint all of these yellow. And then we can do a paint all here. I mean, I think that looks pretty good. That looks like Pikachu now. So let's color the nose and the eyes. Whatever the eyes is, I'm blind. Is this the eyes? Oh, it is the eyes. Okay, nose and eyes. It's colored black and shiny. You want it to be black all the way, roughness all the way down, paint all. It does look a little creepy, but let's see. Let's add Pikachu's cheeks and maybe it'll look less creepy. I'm also debating if I should just use round tool. Oh, I want this to be roughness. Where is Pikachu's? I want it to be here. Maybe we can blend that out by using the smooth tool. Just learned that smoothing also smooths out paint. Actually, I don't think it's a bright idea to add colors right now because the smoothing it'll smooth out the paint too. But I am getting slight impatience on Pikachu not looking like Pikachu without his color. He does look naked. So we can color the ears. I think I've made so many Pikachus by now through commission, but they're mostly like well, they're not with me anymore too, so that's one thing. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't color this because I know we're still shaping, but who knows? You might not need to shape it as much. But I can show you one of the Pikachus I made. Well, it's actually very blurry, but this is a candle. I tried making candles of Pokemons, but I think there's too much liability in candles, so can't really solve them. Now we can attach the ears. I think the ears should be longer, but we pulled down more. Let me add the Pikachu's validate. His signature white spot. Oh. Let's do this. He does look slightly angry. Do slight adjustments. Put it higher. Very slightly. Like even slight adjustments make the whole face look weird. Oh. Like I know the what? Sorry. Okay. Roughness. Am I doing something wrong? Okay. Is it because it's mixing? What? Why is this disappearing? I'm trying to. Oh, I'm using the smooth instead of the paint. That was weird. Okay. Let's do it again. So paint. Now let's use the paint tool like this. And I think that looks better. We can actually voxel it to be higher resolution so the paint looks like cleaner. You can see that it's very boxy. So if you put the resolution higher, you can make more details on the paint. But I do want to print this, so I think, well, printing it doesn't show the paint, so there's really no point to painting. But I guess are you using well, actually don't know if you're using the colored 3D printer, how it works, but we're getting one soon, so we'll learn together. Let me save this, and then we can now validate the ears, and we can add it to the head. I can do voxel, maybe 300 something, and smooth out the ears. With that, I guess the ears, I did the painting wrong because now it's way too dirty and I'm bothered by it, so I need to fix it. Let's copy the paint color, and yep, let's paint this. Yeah, I did it way. It's not good. I always forget that the paint is part with the voxeling too, but it's okay. It's just easier to work with a lower resolution. Easier to shape. And then smoothing takes forever if it's not like with a shape. I guess the only thing is like with Pikachu, the tail looks different. I need to learn this. Maybe, yeah, before I start a video next time, I'll see if I can learn it. I might stop the video and learn and then come back. But for now, let's just finish the naked Pikachu. Do the stripes. I'm just doing little coloring, and then I guess voxeling it to higher resolution would have it like more details. It doesn't need to be perfect because we're printing it anyway. And I'm just going to clone this just in case it's not. Well, I know it's not reversible, but just in case. Oh, the paint is also, well, it's because the voxel for this is very little. So the paint does get stuck with. And I think that looks okay-ish, I guess. You can do more shading with it. But let me read on how to do the tail. Maybe I'll come back. So I actually don't know how to. Well, I tried to think about what to do with the tail, and if you're watching this and you know what to do, let me know. But for now, I'll just use this one. It's just too complicated for me for now. I think this tail is fine. If let me know if you know what to do. Just leave it in the comments. yeah, I mean, it's very, it's not perfect, but it looks okay. I do also feel like if I work like too much on it, it'll take forever. But for now, it looks like Pikachu's tail, so it's not bad. Okay, let's do. I'm going to connect the head and the body. I'm trying to find the body. I'm blind. Wait, did I name the face? Ah, I named the body or the head. Okay, let's do 400 and we can smooth out the face. You can voxel and smooth. And till connected. And voxel and smooth. And voxel and smooth. We can do inflate more here, like just slight adjustments. Do voxel and smooth. Then let's add crease to the toes. Let's do 1, 2. Okay. And then another pass through like that. Oh, looks a little off, but let's do one like that. Yeah, it works. Let's do voxel. Maybe 200 and smooth. Then let's drag a little bit. And drag. Then do crease. Now we have the Pikachu's toes and voxel. Like that. Okay. Can do more inflation on the head with the body so it doesn't look as off. Let's do what? Let's do some inflating here and there. Then voxel and smooth. Yeah, I guess it depends on like if you like a chunkier Pikachu, you can expand Pikachu lengthwise. Not lengthwise, crosswise. And then voxel smooth. Let's see. Do the snout smoothing smell. Do more smoothing. Can add like Pikachu's forehead, like just very, very slightly. Let's do my hair. Add volume here. Doesn't look as off. And we can voxel and smooth this one. And you can see where I'm adding the inflate tool. When you see like it's not as round, you can do some small inflates. These are from, I think, using the smooth tool, because the smooth tool, it like compresses. So you can voxel and then smooth. But then you need to smooth anyway because it's too rough. So that's why you just need to voxel and smooth. And then use inflate whenever you can. Like here, you see how it's like flat? So we want to inflate that part. So we want Pikachu's forehead to be round. Oh, not too round, but it might be too round now. Oh, it's voxel and smooth. You can see this part is bulging, so let's smooth this out. And just do a lot of smoothing and a lot of voxel. Voxel again. And you can see that the face is actually not as connected as we want. But let's do voxel and then inflate. Do some inflating here. And just do inflating in the parts that you feel like inflating. Like for here, for example, this area is not as round as I want it to be. So we want to add more volume. And it does take a lot of time, but it is what's needed to be done. I'm actually not sure if, like, if you have ZBrush, I feel like they would have more tools to make this faster, or when you want to retain stuff. Let's just do enough to pull this forward. Let's pull this slightly forward. Okay, let's do, and then let's do the chin too, like that. And we can voxel and then smooth. Oh, okay. We don't want to smooth the whole thing, It's just what's around the mouth. But just continue to smooth and voxel. And if we do want some shading to make it look better, we can do that too. Oh, nope. Let's copy this yellow and make it slightly darker. And intensity 0. And color around the eyes. So we'll have Pikachu like slightly colorized or like painted to be ready for battle. See slight shading from the bottom. And then after this, we can use the smooth tool. To smoothen out like some of the paint. See one. It's just a rough Pikachu coloring. So let's do smooth. And smooth this out. And just smoothing the colors. And if you like the rough look, that's okay too. I do like some slight shading. It's not perfect, but it works. And we're all learning to be better. I do want to merge this hand. Let's do. Because once I merge it, I can't move the hands anymore. So that's one problem. I'm just gonna do some slight adjustments. And then do. Let's do copy this yellow. And then let's paint this area more because I think it might be too rough for what I needed. So let's do smooth like that. And maybe like a thicker cheek. Like a rounder face. Let's make this a little shallow for the eye socket. I think the coloring around the eyes might be, let's copy this. So I want it to be circle. Oh, my fat fingers touch the tool. Okay, let's do. I'm going to need to use the gloves maybe for these. I think they are like harder. I think well, both are harder because if there's a if you're copying like a character, I think there's some accuracy that you need to do. So there's that. But also, like, if you have a OG character, like what I've been doing so far, it's also hard because you have all the freedom and you want the character to look good, but you don't have a, like, it's your character. You don't have something to base on. Now I'm going to zoom in and make very slight adjustments. Do inflate more. Nope, up. Is subbing. So we just want to have rounder cheeks. This chin is way too far there. Okay. Can voxel. And then smooth. I think I'm spending too much time on this Pikachu, but I hope you guys are enjoying it. I think I need to stop soon because this might be too much. Ah. Okay, the body. Let's do inflate. Yeah. Make Pikachu's hips slightly bigger. Now, I do want to flatten it, but still, like, not smooth. Inflate. Like that. Inflate here. Just do some inflation here and there. Let's do some adjustments. Okay, just slightly further apart. Let's do slightly smaller. Yeah, I know I need to stop, but it's very hard to stop when it doesn't look like it doesn't look like what I want it to be. But I do need to stop, and then I guess just when I do adjustments, I do like to like play around with it, which does take so much time. But yeah, I hope you like this video. Let me know if I'm doing something wrong. But let me save this and then actually connect the, let's do validate the hands and connect it to the body. So let's voxel this and smooth out the hands, just this part, whatever it's combined. So now it looks like it's part of the body rather than being separate. But yeah. Yeah. Hope you like Pikachu sculpting. I know the Pikachu, some of the angles look off, but that's, if I still continue and editing it, I feel like we're going to be here for hours. So just going to, we're just going to settle with this one. Okay, I need to stop. This is pretty close. Whenever I turn, I always feel like I see something wrong with it. So that's why, like, it's hard to stop right now. But I'll stop, and eventually I'll show the things, or the things I've been sculpting, like printed and painted. But hopefully you like this, and then give me suggestions. I'm trying to see, because I feel like there is something off. I think it's the snout. Oh, nope. But then if I overdo it, it's gonna take forever. But yeah, I'll stop. Also, let's do one slight adjustment. And just want the cheeks to be slightly darker. And let's see. Don't seem to. Oh, this is the smooth tool again. Somehow I always press it by accident. But I wanted the cheeks to be bigger and darker before ending this. Hmm. Hopefully you like the video. Let me know. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Bye.